So hello everybody, here we are. This is kind of our string changing station where when people want us to change strings before shipping a guitar out or whatever, and you can see we got a bunch of strings here, all kinds of stuff. A question we often get about strings is like, what's the differences, especially in the trebles? Let's not talk about basses for right now, but just the trebles alone. We decided to pull out a few sets to just use as an example. So this set, for example, has traditional nylon strings, which are clear. It's probably the most used string since nylon was invented. People started using these kinds of strings in the 50s and never stopped. The lion's share of what we sell is this stuff, and it's the standard string that pretty much everybody knows. It's a clear, you can see through it, tends to have a nice thickness to it, and they come in different tensions, of course, and so that's the starting point. Then we have this other set. Here's an example from Pepe Jr. of what he's calling his rectified nylon, and that's basically taking nylon and they do this process called rectification, where they run it through some kind of a grinder, from what I understand, kind of a scraper. Nylon is clear and like glass. You see through it, it's transparent. But if you scratch at glass, it still stays clear, but if you scratch nylon, it gets cloudy. It turns into a kind of a milky color. And so you'll see that a lot of times these rectified strings have this kind of milky, opaque kind of quality to them. That's how you can identify them. The grinding process loosens them up a little bit. It relieves a little bit of the tension. Some people, not totally correctly, but equate these with a little bit more approximating the feel of like a gut string or something. I've heard that a lot. Then I've heard people who play gut say that's not really true. But I think this does push you a little maybe further in that feel and sound. It's a softer, kind of a warmer sound. One of the things that people don't like about these is, especially when they're new, they're a little scratchy. You can hear the squeaks when you're shifting. That goes away once you start using them a little bit, but at the very beginning they're a little noisy. Then the final set, here's a set of Diodarios. These are their fluorocarbon strings, and this is a totally different material. This has actually been sort of popular over in recent years because it adds a little bit of volume, it adds a little bit of clarity and pointedness. The downside of that is that some people find it has a little bit of a harshness. It's a little bit too hard sounding. The other thing is that the strings typically come out with a thinner diameter, so they can be a little bit challenging to learn how to play. For some players, you have to learn how to adapt because it will fit in your nail groove a little bit differently. But it does have this kind of firmer, harder, more focused, kind of clear sound. And a lot of players find that kind of attractive, especially since there's maybe a little bit of extra volume too. Anyway, those are the main differences.